Hey there, I'm Manish Sana from manishadda.com. Today, in the week 3 tutorial of this session, I'm going to talk about niche. But before I discuss about finding your niche or understanding what niche is all about, I hope you would have gone through my previous two tutorials for week 1 and week 2. Why I'm asking this is it is important to go through those videos and complete the assignments for week 1 and week 2 because these two tutorials would help you shape your mindset, and you need to know some basic knowledge of marketing, the concepts used in traditional marketing, as well as using digital platforms for marketing purposes. So let's start week 3 session. The question that I want to ask you here is, are you struggling to find your niche in today's crowded market? As a content creator myself, I understand how challenging it can be to identify your ideal niche. However, finding your niche is an essential step in building a successful business or a personal brand. That's why I have created this video to share some proven strategies and best practices for discovering your real niche. In this video, I'll help you understand what niche is and guide you through the process of identifying your niche, strengths, and passions, and aligning them with your business or brand. I'll show you why it is essential to understand your audience and how to conduct market research to stay ahead of the trends and competition. You will learn how to analyze market gaps and use your personal experiences to carve out your niche in the industry. Next, I'll share the importance of aligning your niche with your personal values and goals. I'll explain how this alignment can help you build a loyal following of customers and supporters who share your values. You will learn how to define your brand core principles and use them to guide your decision making process. It also covers some common mistakes people make when trying to find their niche and how to avoid these pitfalls. I'll share my own experience of trying to appeal to too broad of an audience and getting too focused in short term gains. You'll learn how to stay focused and motivated to achieve long term success. Finally, I will discuss how to leverage your existing network and community to test and refine your niche. You will learn how to get valuable feedback from your target audience and how to build a network of supporters who will champion your brand. I'll share some tips on how to engage with your community authentically and create a sense of belonging around your brand. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of how to find your niche and build a successful business or a brand. You will have tools and knowledge you need to identify your niche, strengths, and passions, conduct effective market research, align your niche with your personal values, and leverage your community to build a loyal following. Don't miss out on this valuable opportunity to take your business or brand to next level. So guys, are you ready to know what niche is and how to find your niche in the business world? Well, listen up because I'm about to tell you about what niche is, why it is crucial to align your niche with your personal values and goals. But first thing first, what do you mean by niche? It is basically the specific area of the market that you specialize in and what sets you apart from your competitors. Too cumbersome, right? So let's understand what niche is all about through an example. So let's take an example of two doctors, one being a child specialist and another being a general physician. Now, if you have to get a child treated by a doctor, the question that I'm going to ask you here is which doctor would you prefer to get a child treated? Obviously, you would opt for a child specialist. The question is why? Because a child specialist has a specialization of treating children diseases, and that's his niche. If you've still not understood what niche is all about, so let's go through another example. Why I'm giving you multiple examples is to make you understand what niche is, and it is very important to understand niche to achieve success in life, to achieve the target goals that you have set for yourself. So let's go back to the second example. Imagine there is a crowd of 1,000 people. If you try calling everyone in the crowd by saying, hey, do you think people will respond to you? Hardly anyone will respond to it. But if you call, hey man, then I think few people would respond to it. Now, if you're trying to call doctors, the response would be better in case there are any doctors in the crowd. Or if you call someone by name, if she or he is in the crowd, there will be a definite response. The purpose of going through these steps is to make you understand that if you are specific, if you have a niche, responses will be higher. That is why having niche or having specificity is very important to get responses from people. I'm repeatedly saying responses because we are into the field of marketing, and it is all about getting responses from people and getting people to listen what you say. It is important to select one niche and move forward with it. As time passes by, you can refine your niche and change your niche, but do not jump niche regularly. A lot of people think a lot about niche and procrastinate and do not do anything because they get confused and paralyzed in choosing a niche and going forward with it. But if you only think about niche and do not select your niche, then probably you will never find your ideal niche. But if you choose a niche and move forward with it, then eventually you will find your niche. You need to find your niche on your own. I cannot tell you what niche to select. It's you who need to work that you have to put in yourself. So let's look at an example. A car factory has an assembly line where multiple people work. Each person has a definite task assigned. Can all people in the assembly line do all tasks of the assembly line? Alternatively, if a specific task is being performed by specific people as per their defined role in the assembly line, and because they have been doing the same job over and over again for a period of time, they have become a specialist for that particular job. So, what I mean to say here is that specialization leads to productivity and that creates wealth. New niches are born every day, and each niche will give rise to new needs. For example, if you have to travel from one place to another, you need a car. Now, for car, there are needs. The car needs a driver, it needs a wash, the interiors need to be done, fuel needs to be added, there is need for maintenance, there is a need for repair of fault. Each new need results in generation of new needs. There was a need of a car, new need which got generated was a driver is required, the car needs a wash, the interior of the car needs to be done, fuel needs to be added, maintenance is required, faults to be repaired. So these are all new needs which got generated out of a car. As you work years, your specialization becomes harder and harder. And believe me, for others, it becomes more difficult to compete with you in this crowded world. Life has a purpose, and your life has a task to perform, and it has a purpose. The question is that you need to ask is what is your life's task? What is your life's purpose? What is that you are here to achieve? It's a common understanding that if one wants to be successful, one needs to work hard. But that's not all. There is another factor, and that is called curiosity. Curiosity is the mother of all inventions, and it is the driving force of learning new subject and new skills. We are largely guided by our objectives in our life, what we want to become in life, and what we want to achieve in your life. Why I'm saying this is because we are guided by people around us and the world around us, guiding us what to do and what not to do. To achieve what you want from a life, you will have obstacles and hurdles. Do not see them as roadblocks in the path of your growth, but see them as opportunities. So, a lot of gyan there. Coming back to finding your niche. So, when you're trying to find your niche, it is important to think about your personal values and goals. Here's why: it gives you purpose. So, when you align your niche with your personal values and goals, you're not just starting a business, you're pursuing a passion. This gives you a sense of purpose and motivation to keep going even when things get tough. Second, it attracts the right customers. When you are authentic the, and true to your personal values, you will naturally attract customers who share those values. This leads to a loyal following that truly believes in what you are doing. Third, it sets you apart from competition. In a crowded market, it is important to stand out from the crowd. When you align your niche with your personal values and goals, you will naturally differentiate yourself from competitors who are just in it for money. Fourth, it brings fulfillment. At the end of the day, running a business that's aligned with your personal values and goals is incredibly fulfilling. You are not just making money, you are making a difference in the world and pursuing something that truly matters to you. So, if you're trying to find your niche in the business world, make sure to think about your personal values and goals. It's not just good for you, it's good for business too. There are several proven strategies and best practices for discovering your ideal niche. Let me list it out to them. Identify your unique strengths and passions. One of the first steps in finding your niche is to identify what you are good at and what you enjoy doing. Make a list of skills, experiences, and interests, and think how you can leverage them to create a business or a brand that aligns with your values and your goals. Second, conduct market research. It's important to understand your audience and the market you are entering. Conducting market research can help you identify gaps in the market, trends, and competition. Look at what other businesses or brands are doing in your industry and see how you can differentiate yourself from them. Third, align your niche with your personal values and goals, as I discussed earlier. Your niche should reflect your core principles and what you want to achieve. Consider what impact you want to have on the world and how your niche can contribute to that. This alignment can help you build a loyal following of customers and supporters who share your values. Fourth, stay focused and motivated. It is easy to get distracted and discouraged when trying to find your niche. To stay focused, set clear goals and deadlines and hold yourself accountable. Celebrate small wins along the way and don't be afraid to pivot if something isn't working. Fifth, leverage your existing network and community. Your network and community can be valuable resource for testing and refining your niche. Ask for feedback from your target audience and listen to their opinions and suggestions. Engage with your community authentically and create a sense of belonging around your brand. By using these strategies and best practices, you can discover your ideal niche and build a successful business or personal brand that aligns with your values and goals. Remember, finding your niche is a process, so be patient and persistent and keep refining your approach until you find what works for you. Listen up, folks. If you want to keep up with the trends and crush the competition, you gotta know how to conduct market research. And don't worry, it's not rocket science, unless, of course, you are researching the rocket science industry. If you want to build a successful business or brand, you need to understand your audience. I mean, it's like trying to hit a bullseye with a blindfold on. You're going to miss the mark every time. So, how do you get to know your audience? Market research? No, it's not just some fancy term that marketing gurus throw around to sound important. It's actually a super important step in staying ahead of the trends and competition. So, here's how you can conduct market research like a pro. Know your objective. Number one, before you drive into research, you need to know what you're looking for. What questions do you need to be answered? What information do you need to make informed decisions? Knowing your objective will help you focus your research and get the most out of it. Set clear objectives to focus your research efforts and avoid getting sidetracked. Number two, use online tools. Don't reinvent the wheel. There are tons of online tools out there that can help you conduct market research, from Google Analytics, Facebook Audience Insights, and SurveyMonkey to social media insights are just few examples where you can gather valuable information about your audience and their interests, behaviors, and demographics. Talk to your audience. Number three is talk to your audience. Don't be afraid to reach out to your audience directly. Conduct surveys or polls, or simply engage with them on social media. Get insights to gather information about your audience's preferences, habits, and demographics. Ask them what they like about your brand, what they don't like, and what they would like to see more of. This will help you create content and products that appeal to them, especially. Number four, keep an eye on the competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, especially in the business world. You don't want to be left in the dust, do you? Keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. Look at the marketing strategies, products, and social media presence. Find out what's working for them and what's not, and use this information to improve your own brand. By understanding your audience and conducting market research, you can stay ahead of the game and give your audience what they want. Plus, you will have the upper hand on your competition, and who doesn't want that? So, there you have it, the basics of market research. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the business world. Keep your eyes and ears open, and you will be ahead of the game in no time. Go get them. So, are you ready to find your niche in the business world? Well, listen up, because I'm about to spill the tea on how to analyze market caps and use your personal experiences to carve out your own space in the industry. But first thing first, what is market cap? It's basically a need or demand that's not being met by existing products or services in the market. And that's where you come in. By identifying a market gap and filling it with your own unique offering, you can carve out your own niche and attract a loyal following. Here's how you can analyze market gaps and use your personal experiences to find your niche. Number one, identify your problem. Look for areas in the market where customers are experiencing dissatisfaction or where existing products or services are falling short. This could be anything from lack of eco friendly options to a need for better customer service. Number two, research the competition. See what others are doing in your industry and how they are addressing the problem you have identified. This will help you see what's already out there and how you can differentiate yourself. Use your personal experience. Think about your own passions interests, and experiences. Is there a problem you have personally encountered that you can solve with your own unique offering? Your personal experiences can often lead to innovative and creative solutions that others may not have thought of. Fourth, test your idea. Before you invest time and money into your new venture, test your idea with your target audience. Conduct surveys or focus groups to get feedback and make sure there's a demand for your product or service. By analyzing market gaps and using your personal experiences, you can carve out your own niche in the industry and stand out from the crowd. And who knows, you might just become the next big thing. When you align your niche with your personal values and goals, it's not just good for you, it's also good for building a loyal following of customers and supporters who share your values. Here's how. Number one, it creates an emotional connect. Customers don't just buy products or services, they buy into a brand and its values. When you align your niche with your personal values and goals, you are creating an emotional connection with your customers. They will feel like they are part of something bigger than just a transaction, and that can lead to a strong brand loyalty. Second, it builds trust. When customers see that your business is aligned with your personal values and goals, they will trust you more. They will see that you are not just in it for the money, you are pursuing something that truly matters to you. This can lead to long term customer relationships and referrals. Third, it attracts the right customers. As I mentioned earlier, aligning your niche with your personal values and goals naturally attract customers who share those values. These customers are more likely to be loyal and passionate about your brand, and they will be more likely to spread the word to their own networks. Fourth, it sets you apart from the competition. If in a crowded market, it's important to stand out from the competition. When you align your niche with your personal values and goals, you are naturally differentiating yourself from competitors who are just in it for the money. This can help you attract customers who are looking for something more meaningful than just a product or service. Overall, aligning your niche with your personal values and goals can help you build a loyal following of customers and supporters who share your values. By creating an emotional connect, building trust, attracting the right customers, and setting yourself apart from the competition, you can create a brand that truly resonates with people and makes a difference in the world. When it comes to building a strong and successful brand, it's essential to define your core principles and use them to guide your decision making process. Here's how you get started. Number one, identify your values. The first step is to identify the values that are most important to your brand. This could include things like honesty, innovation, social responsibility, or customer service. Think, think about what your brand stands for and what you want to communicate to your audience. Second, create a mission statement. Once you have identified your values, create a mission statement that clearly communicates what your brand is all about. This statement should be concise and easy to understand, and it should reflect your values and goals. Third, develop your brand personality. Your brand personality is how you want your brand to be perceived by your audience. This includes things like your tone of voice, visual identity, and overall aesthetic. Think about the emotions you want to evoke in your customers and how you want to differentiate yourself from competitors. Fourth, use your principle to guide decision making. Once you have defined your brand's core principles, use them to guide your decision making process. This could include things like product development, marketing strategies, or customer service policies, always ask yourself how your decisions align with your brand's values and goals. Fifth, communicate your principles to your team. Make sure that everyone in your team is aware of your brand's core principles and understands how to use them to guide their work. This will help ensure consistency and alignment across all aspects of your business. Now, by defining your brand's core principles and using them to guide your decision making process, you can create a strong and authentic brand that resonates with your audience. Your principles will help you stay true to your values and goals, differentiate yourself from competitors, and build a loyal following of customers who believe in what you're doing. So take the time to define your brand core principles and use them to guide your business decisions. It's a small investment that can pay off big in the long run. When it comes to finding your niche, there are several common mistakes that people make. Here are a few of the most common pitfalls to avoid. Number one, focusing too much on profitability. While it's important to choose a niche that is profitable, focusing too much of money can lead you down the wrong path. Instead, focus on finding a niche that aligns with your interests, your values, and then for ways to make it profitable. Number two, it's impossible to please everyone, and trying to do so will only lead to a watered down brand that lacks direction and focus. Instead, focus on a specific audience or niche and become an expert in that area. Third, not doing enough market research. Before you commit to a niche, it's important to do your research and ensure that there is demand for your product or service. Make sure to research the competition, target audience, and market trends to ensure that you are making an informed decision. Number four, failing to differentiate from the competition. If your brand is too similar to your competitors, you will struggle to stand out in the market. Focus on finding a unique angle, a value proposition that sets your brand apart from the rest. Fifth, choosing a niche that is too narrow. While it is important to choose a niche that is specific enough to differentiate yourself, choosing a niche that is too narrow can limit your growth potential. Make sure to choose a niche that has room for growth and expansion over a period of time. To avoid these common mistakes, take the time to do your research. Focus on finding a niche that aligns with your interests and values and differentiate yourself from the competition. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can increase your chances of success and build a brand that truly resonates with your audience. Long term success requires more than just finding your niche and developing a solid business plan. It also requires staying focused and motivated over time, even when faced with challenges and setbacks. Here are some tips to help you stay on track. Number one, set clear goals. Before you can stay focused and motivated, you need to know what you're working towards. Set clear, measurable goals for your business and break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Point number two, develop a routine. Establishing a routine can help you stay focused and motivated by creating structure, consistency in your workday. Schedule time for important tasks and try to stick to a regular schedule as much as possible. Point number three, surround yourself with positivity. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can help you stay motivated and focused, even when facing challenges. Seek out supportive friends, family members, and business mentors who can offer encouragement and guidance. Number four, celebrate your success. Take time to celebrate your successes along the way, no matter how small they may be. Celebrating your accomplishments can help you stay motivated and focused by reminding you of the progress you have made. Stay accountable. Find ways to hold yourself accountable for your progress, whether that means setting deadlines or working with a business coach. Being accountable can help you stay focused and motivated by creating a sense of responsibility and urgency. Point number six, take breaks. Finally, don't forget to take breaks and give yourself time to rest and recharge. Overworking yourself can lead to burnout, which can quickly sap your motivation and focus. Taking breaks can help you stay energized and motivated over the long haul. By following these steps, you can develop the focus and motivation you need to achieve long term success in your business. Remember to stay flexible and adapt your approach as needed. And don't be afraid to seek out support and guidance when you need it. With dedication, hard work, and a strong support system, you can achieve your goals and build a successful business. One of the most effective ways to test and refine your niche is to leverage your existing network and community. Here are some steps you can take to do so. Reach out to your network. Start by reaching out to your personal and professional network to gather feedback on your niche idea. Share your business plan and ask for honest opinions and suggestions. Point number two, host focus groups. Consider hosting focus groups or surveys to gather more detailed feedback from your network. This can help you identify areas where your niche may need refinement or improvement. Point number three, join online communities. Look for online communities that are relevant to your niche and participate in discussions. This can help you better understand your target audience and their needs, as well as gather feedback on your niche idea. Point number four, attend industry events. Attend industry events and conferences that connect with your professionals in your field. This can help you build relationships with potential customers and partners, as well as gather insights into industry trends and best practices. Collaborate with others is the point number five. Consider collaborating with other businesses or entrepreneurs who in your niche and gain valuable feedback and support. Point number six, iterate and refine. Finally, be open to feedback and use it to iterate and refine your niche over time. Continuously gather feedback and make adjustments as needed to ensure your niche is meeting the needs of your target audience. By leveraging your existing network and community, you can gather valuable insights and feedbacks to help you test and refine your niche. Remember to stay open to feedback and be willing to make changes as needed to ensure that your niche is well positioned for long term success. Getting feedback from your target audience is essential to refine your niche and build a brand that resonates with your customers. Here are some tips for getting valuable feedback and building a network of supporters who will champion your brand. Number one, define your target audience. Before you can gather feedback, you need to know who your target audience is. Define your ideal customer persona, include their demographics, interests, pain points, and behaviors. Point number two, ask for feedback. Once you have clear understanding of your target audience, ask for feedback from them. You can do this through surveys, focus groups, or one on one conversations. Make it easy for your customers to share their thoughts and ideas by offering incentives or rewards for their participation. Point number three, listen actively. When you receive feedback, you need to listen actively and take notes. Don't interrupt or defend your ideas. Instead, ask clarifying questions and seek to understand your customer's perspective. Point number four, take action. Use the feedback you receive to make improvements in your niche or brand. Be transparent with your customers about the changes you are making and how their feedback influenced your decisions. Point number five, Build relationships. Building strong relationships with your customers is the key to building a network of supporters who will champion your brand. Stay engaged with your customers through social media, email marketing, and other channels and offer personalized support and value. Point number six, leverage user generated content. Encourage your customers to create and share content related to your brand, such as reviews, testimonials, or social media posts. This can help build social proof and encourage others to become supporters of your brand. By actively seeking feedback from your target audience and building relationships with your customers, you can build a network of supporters who will champion your brand and help you achieve long term success. Remember to listen actively, take action on feedback, and offer personalized support to build a strong relationship with your customers. Identifying your unique strengths and passions, conducting effective market research, aligning your niche with your personal values, and leveraging your community to build a loyal following requires a combination of tools and knowledge. Here are some common tools or key tools and knowledge you need to achieve these goals. Number one is self assessment tools. To identify your unique strengths and passions, you can use self assessment tools like personality tests, career assessments, or strengths assessments. These tools can help you gain deeper understanding of your strengths, weaknesses, and interests and guide you in choosing a niche that aligns with your skills and passions. Point number two, market research tools. Effective market research requires a combination of primary and secondary research. Primary research involves collecting data directly from your target audience, and secondary research involves analyzing existing data and reports. Tools like surveys, focus groups, and data analytics softwares can help you gather and analyze to inform your niche selection and marketing strategy. Point number three, branding knowledge. Building a successful niche requires a strong brand identity that resonates with your target audience. To develop your brand identity, you need knowledge of branding principles such as visual designs, tone of voice, messaging, and value proposition. Tools like branding guides and style guides can help you create a consistent and compelling brand identity. Point number four, personal values assessment. Aligning your niche with your personal values requires a clear understanding of your core values and beliefs. You can use personal values assessment tools or work with a coach to identify your values and prioritize them in your niche selection and branding decisions. Fifth, community engagement tools. Leveraging your community to build a loyal following requires engaging with your target audience through social media, email marketing, events, and other channels. Tools like social media, scheduling software, email marketing platforms, and event management tools can help you stay connected with your community and build relationships with your customers. By using these tools and gaining knowledge in these areas, you can identify unique strengths and passions, conduct effective market research, align your niche with your personal values, and leverage your community to build a loyal following. Remember to be flexible and adaptable as you test and refine your niche over time based on feedback from your community and changes in the market. Further, to summarize, you must understand that you can become a legend and everyone can become a legend in their own field. You need to think about what you are naturally inclined to. You need to remain connected to your child within you. Learning is a lifelong process and it will never stop. You need to manifest your ideas into reality. If you have an idea, go for it and listen to your inner self. The more you are connected to your inner self, the more happier you will be in your life. You can manifest ideas into reality if you are connected with your inner self and are obsessed with it. Obsession means just keep working without noticing the time passing by. You are so deep into your work that you suddenly realize how much time has elapsed. And this is natural to you. But not everyone can be a legend, as there are problems. There are enemies standing between you and your life's purpose. A legend is made when one defeats the enemy. This enemy will always redirect you from finding your niche and true happiness. What we call it as your subconscious mind. It will always drive you away from what is better for you. Another factor that drives you away are your friends and family members and the environment around you. For example, if you want to quit your job and start your own business, everyone around you will say, no, don't quit. You will find maximum resistance even from your subconscious mind since you have a stable job and decent earning. You will feel miserable, get bored and frustrated, and you'll start looking for other source of pleasures. Remember that you have to become misfit to be successful. Why I'm saying this is because we all are misfit. This is the hard reality, which we have never realized. Have you in your childhood, or even when you have grown up, have tried to become part of a group? Means that you want yourself to get accepted into the group because you do not want yourself to be left out. The reality here is that until and unless you are left out, you cannot stand out. You have to be unique. You have to be different from others. I'm sharing my initial career journey with you all to understand to be different and create your niche. I joined an organization and found myself to be a misfit in that organization. People wanted me to fit in into their surroundings, but I could not fit myself in the group and be like everyone else, as I felt I did not belong to that place. So, what did I do? I connected myself with my inner self and listened to my inner voice. I took a different path away from the crowd. I did not want to look like everyone else. So, I selected a journey which eventually became my niche and made me stand out from the crowd, from being a follower to being followed by others. I had to defeat my enemy within myself and overcome my prejudices, doubts, and believe me, this journey was taken by me all by myself with no one by my side. It took lots of gut and ambition for what I wanted to be. It took me to become the branch service manager from a mere trainee service engineer in the same branch in a span of 3.5 years. In marketing, when we launch a product which is similar to a product already in the market, we always communicate products USP to differentiate between other products of similar nature. In digital marketing too, which is too crowded, you will have to have your own USP. And here it's your niche. So go out and find the USP of your niche to be successful and reach out to your desired goals that you have set for yourself. I'll end this session with two quotes of mine. You cannot be like everyone else and expect success. You have to be different and stand out in the crowd to be successful. The second quote by me is, defeat the enemy within you, follow your beliefs and passions to be out of crowd so that the crowd listens and follows you. So that's the end of week 3 session, and I'll meet you in my next video session of week 4 tutorial and learn about WordPress. Till then, goodbye.